Hi everyone, and welcome to Picture Perfect Presents. My name is Angela Andrew, and today I'm going to show you how to create some awesome photo gifts for pet lovers using your photos and the integration between Mylio Photos and Printique. Before we dive in, I do want to let you know that we have a lot of really cool events going on right now for you guys. Make sure you check out Lori Rubin's sessions, both those live sessions you see at the top of the screen and Ready, Set, Go. She's also here helping me out in the chat today as well, so make sure you give her a round of applause here that she's being very helpful. Making sure that there's very helpful links in the chat for you guys that correspond to what we're talking about. She also hosts her own sessions, importing and organizing, setting up devices, sharing and printing, and search, filter, and find. If you have specific questions about those issues, please feel free to jump into her sessions. She holds those every morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. She also hosts Ready, Set, Go, which is a program for new users, or if anybody has maybe taken a break from Mylio and come back and needs a refresher, make sure you check those out. I also hold live Q&A sessions every Tuesday and Thursday, so we had one earlier today. Our next one will be next Tuesday. Those are at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. I also host Coffee Break, which is a short tutorial where we dive into specific areas of the Mylio Photos application and accomplishing certain tasks. Tomorrow we'll be talking about organizing family videos. So in case you weren't aware, Mylio can do a lot more than just organize your photos. It also can hold videos and some documents, PDFs, text files, all sorts of cool stuff. We're going to show you specifically what you can do with videos. So that's going to be a lot of fun. These Picture Perfect Presents sessions are almost wrapping up. So this is our second to last one. Tomorrow we're going to talk about creating custom gift tags. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. This series has been a ton of fun. And one of the bonuses we've been able to do is be able to give away a free photo book from Printique at every single one of these sessions. So we'll have another opportunity for that today and tomorrow. So hopefully you'll be able to join us and get some ideas for those custom photo gifts. If you are considering ordering custom gifts from Printique or any photo lab, really, make sure you get those orders in soon because those printing deadlines are really fast approaching. If you are waiting a little bit longer to buy your gifts, you can also consider giving the gift of Mylio and give a gift card for a Mylio Photos Plus subscription. This also comes with a bonus for you as the purchaser. So if you already have an account, you'll get a couple of months added to your subscription as well as that gift. So it's a win-win for everybody. And there's also some great options at mylio.com for first-time purchasers. So if somebody just wants to go purchase a new subscription, you can go ahead and do that there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into Picture Perfect Presents. And today we're going to talk about those gifts for pet lovers. So a lot of the things that we've talked about in this entire series can be customized for that pet lover in your life. But what I want to do today is show you how to find some specific images in your library that are related to pets and what you can do to prep them for printing, uploading them to Printique, and then we're going to go ahead and create some stuff. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'd also love to know if you could share with me in the chat, are you guys dog people, cat people, just animal people, bird people, reptile people? I don't know. I'm curious to see what pets you are planning to create some gifts with. So let me know that in the chat. So we've got some dog lovers. Awesome. More dogs. All right. You guys are going to be disappointed. You're going to see a lot of cats today. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about selecting our photos. Mylio makes this super easy with quick filters and AI smart tags. So you can quickly search for dogs, cats, and a variety of other animals just by typing in that word. If you've also taken the time to face tag, so Mylio doesn't have AI face recognition for animals, but you can still tag the faces of your pets or just tag those images and associate them with your pet's name, which I've done a lot of. So you can search for these things in all of these different ways. So let's go ahead and jump over to Mylio, and I'm going to show you what we can do. So since we've got a lot of dog lovers here in the group, I'm going to go ahead and start with dog. And just by typing in dog here underneath quick filters, you can see it popped up with a smart tag for dog. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And that's going to bring up every single dog picture, as well as it looks like a couple of cat pictures in my library. Now, one thing that I've noticed is sometimes, like this one is, not terribly obvious that it's a cat. I know this is my cat, but it could be any furry creature laying on its back, and not so many cats like to show you their bellies. So maybe that's what the AI got confused. I can go ahead and just select these images that I know are all cats. There's another one. Cats are also not known for sitting up like this. And I'm going to go over here to my info panel, If you scroll down to smart tags, you're going to see that it says animal and blurry. It's not actually even showing dog, which is interesting. So if dog was showing here, you could go ahead and click that X and it would no longer show up in that search. So that's interesting that it is still showing. There, see, it says dog. I'm going to go ahead and click that off. Click that off. And you should be able to select multiple at once. I'm not sure why it wasn't letting me, but we can go ahead and click those off. And the next time we run these search, these images are not going to show up as being dogs. So you can go ahead and clean those up. And I usually do as I go through and I run these searches. If I see things that are not quite right, I clean it up because the AI takes its best guess, but it's not always correct. So it's always good to use your own judgment as to what you choose. But I've got a lot of cool dog pictures here in my library. This here is Sully. This is my hairdresser's dog. So like if I wanted to give her a picture of Sully, this is just cute. I could put this on a little piece of wall art and give that to her as a gift for the holidays. I think that would be a really meaningful option. Let's see here. We also have pictures here of Chloe. She is a very, very cool dog. And you can see I actually face tagged her. I use that manual face tag option. And you can create all sorts of fun gifts with these photos. Now today I'm going to go ahead and, because I have cats, I'm going to go ahead and focus on cats. So my apologies to all the dog people, but we're going to go ahead and switch over to cat. And we're going to do that same thing by going to the cat AI smart tag. And you can see I have a lot of cats in my library. And not only my cats, really any other cat that I come across. So here's my mom's cat. I could do a couple of pictures of Chris here for her as a gift. I could go down. There's lots of different images in here that I could choose from. The other thing you can do, like I mentioned, is to use that by name smart tag if you've taken the time to add face tags or associate a name with specific images. So I can go ahead and search for Macallan. There he is right there. And it's by person, so I can go ahead and click on that. And these are images that I've taken the time to tag with his name. So I know that these all have Macallan cat in them. So that's a really easy way to also find those images. Once you've done that, you can start going through and picking those photos that you want to have as part of that collection. So let's say I wanted to maybe print this one here. I could just grab that, drag it down to the bottom of the screen, and start selecting and gathering some of those images that I want to go ahead and create gifts with. For now, I'm going to go ahead and clear that, and we're going to jump over to albums because I already have an album together of some of my favorite pictures of my boys. So this is Macallan and Glenlevitt. Macallan here. This is Glenlevitt. This is when they were kittens. This was when Macallan was about, I don't know, is that his second Christmas? I think it was his second Christmas with us. And oh my goodness, this is the first year. They're 4 now. Maybe are they 5? I can't even remember. This is the first Christmas I've even bothered putting ornaments on the tree because this kind of thing would happen. So I have lots of really cute pictures of them, and they've definitely gotten, easier to photograph and lazier as they've gotten older. So you can see how they've changed a little bit. And I think these are really fun images to create some gifts with. So what I'm going to do is select those images. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about prepping them for printing. So a lot of images, if they're straight out of the camera, are going to need a little bit of help to make them look their best. Because if you're going to take the time and the money to invest in a physical print or a gift made out of one of your photos, you want to make sure it looks their best. So you're going to go into some of those edit tools in Mylio. You might want to crop things in, make sure you've taken off any distractions, and just make those photos look awesome. You can also use third-party editors. Radiant Photo 2 is awesome for some quick AI edits. Luminar Neo is a wonderful tool for really creative edits. It's got even erase tools in there. It's got some AI stuff. Lots of great options in Luminar Neo as well. If you need to solve some problems, like maybe the picture is too small, maybe you cropped it down really small and you just need to make it big enough to print, Topaz Photo AI is a great option for that. So I'm going to show you how to quickly make your images look better here with Radiant Photo. So they just released Radiant Photo 2. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab a couple of these images and just show you what a quick enhancement there can do. So I'm going to just grab these 2 pictures of the cats, and I'm going to go up here to Photo, and you can see I've already opened it, but you can see if you go here, Open with Radiant Photo 2, I'm going to go ahead and open up the original files, and that's going to launch Radiant Photo and give me some options for how to make these photos look their best. So here we go. All right, so it's done a quick AI edit. Now, one of the cool things that this particular application does is it gives you the option of working with workflows. And right now I'm in the Radiant Pets option. This is a paid add-on to the core software. So if you're just buying the software, you're going to get this Radiant Photo Core, which also has some great tools. But I've got the Radiant Pets, which uses AI to select cats. And then I can go ahead and choose different editing finishes here. So I've already done a little bit of work on this image, so I just want to do a finishing touch. And that's going to make that edit a little bit softer, and that looks great. We can see here the before and the after. I think that's just going to print better. It gives you a little bit more contrast and definition between the light and dark areas. And let's take a look at this one here. Again, similar edit, just brightened it up a little bit, gave it a little bit more contrast. And when you print these kinds of things, it can just make it pop off the page a little bit more. One of the things you want to think about when printing is a lot of times we're editing on really bright monitors. And sometimes if you haven't calibrated your monitor, it might actually be quite a lot brighter than what your print would be. So taking the time to maybe add a little bit of brightness, you don't want to wash it out, you don't want to lose detail, but brightening it up a little bit can actually be a really good thing because sometimes your prints might come out a little too dark. So keep that in mind. This is just a really great way to quickly enhance those photos. And it makes them really easy to save it back to Mylio. So if I go up here to save, actually let's just go to save all. I can go ahead and click on the little sliders right here. That gives me the options, and I actually can save this right here as a display image, which will stack it automatically with my original in Mylio. I can save it as a high quality TIFF. It puts it automatically back into the same folder where it came from. I can go ahead and click save. And like I said, I did this with 2 images. I could do this all at once with every image in this folder, and it's going to go ahead and improve those photos. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see how it'll take a moment for those to load. But once it does, you're going to see an underscore display pop up right here next to those HEIC files. All right. So now that we've taken a couple of moments to make those images look their best, let's go ahead and upload those to Printique. And this is super easy with the new integration we have built right into Mylio Photos that will send these images as full-size JPEGs ready to print to the Printique website. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and just select all of these images. I'm going to do a Command or Control A to select all. And then we're going to go up here to the share icon. We're going to choose Post, and we're going to go to Printique. And you can scroll through your different images that you have selected. You can see what the file names are, and you can choose a gallery. By default, it's going to go into the Mylio Photos gallery, but you can choose a specific one. So we can go say new gallery. We'll just say pets and save. That'll now go into its own gallery on the Printique site. You then want to confirm that you have the right to publish, which means these are your photos or you have permission to print them. And understand that anything from Printique can only be shipped to the USA and Canada. I meant to mention earlier, if you don't see this pop up right away, it's probably because you've never used this Printique integration before. You'll be asked to either create a new account or log in. Once you do that, you will have access to this screen. And then once you're done here, you can go ahead and click Post. And that's going to begin that process of uploading all of these images to the Printique site. And actually, if I go up here to my activities, you'll be able to see when things have been uploaded. So you can see I uploaded one earlier, and it's going to be uploading those others. And as soon as these are done, it's going to give me the notification here that that's complete. So for now, let's go ahead and switch over to the Printique website and take a look at some of our options. So I mentioned earlier, you can create anything here on the Printique site using those pictures of your pets. So there's a ton of different options. And if you're looking for some inspiration, I like to go to this Gifts tab, and they actually have a nice little category here. It's very convenient for holiday gift ideas. And this is just going to show you some of the possibilities that you can do with any photo. I think a calendar is a great option with your pets because everybody likes to look at their pet photos. They usually make us laugh, they make us smile, they make us have warm fuzzy feelings. So calendars are a great place to do that. Wall art is also fun. So if you have some wall space, you can even do smaller ones and put some wall art out. So you have canvas prints for the same thing. Photo books are a lot of fun. I think if you scroll down here to these mini books like these little mini books for pets, also a very fun idea. But today I think I want to do these acrylic photo blocks. So many of us have, some limited amount of shelf space, and we like to put out pictures of our loved ones. And for those of us with pets, pets are part of the family. So I like to also have pictures of my pets out. And, I'm kind of over frames. Like, they're just a little bit dated looking at this point. I like a little bit more modern representation. And these acrylic blocks are a great option. They're freestanding, they're nice and thick, they're very sturdy, and you can just set them on a shelf instead of having to have something framed. So let's go ahead and start with that acrylic block. And we're gonna go ahead and make a couple of these. And you can choose the size that you want. I think of a 4x6 is probably a nice size. So it's not too small, but it's not too big either. Great size to put on a shelf. If it's one of your absolute favorite photos, you could go up here to an 8x10. And then go ahead and choose Create Now. We're gonna go to Printique Galleries because we've already uploaded these photos. And we can see here's our pets gallery. So we're gonna go ahead and click that and then choose an image that we wanna do this particular image with. And I think I wanna have one that I keep in my office, and it's gonna be this one here. So this is Macallan when he was a little kitten. And I've got a big, giant 13x19 printer for photos on the side here that you can't see out of the frame. And I print big photos there, and you can see he's laying on an Epson photo printer box or paper box. And I think it's just, he's a photographer's cat. So that's kind of a fun image. I can take this image and I can kind of just adjust where this is sitting because I want to make sure he's fully on the frame there. And I also don't want to crop off Epson there because that to me is just, that tells the story. So I think that's a really good crop of that. Now, if you want to do color correction, that is up to you. If you didn't take the time, or you're really not happy with the edits, or maybe you think that it still needs a little tweak, you can go ahead and turn on this color correction. And this is typically going to be a nice pop, kind of like what we did with Radiant, to just make those images look their best. Now, if you've done a lot of editing yourself and you've put a lot of time and effort into making sure this image looks exactly the way you want it, I would then say leave this off. All right, so you can choose to have mounting post options. In this case, because I'm just doing a 4x6 and I want it to sit on my desk, I'm gonna choose none. And then zoom is gonna let you zoom that picture in and like get a little bit closer in, but I wanna go ahead and keep it, as much of it as possible, just like that. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and say add to cart, and then go ahead and complete your purchase and either add another print here, so we can say let's add something else, or we can go ahead and keep going. I think these standouts are also kind of a fun way to do this, a similar kind of thing, or even these wood prints. They could be really good for those pet photos as well. Let's go ahead and try one of these standouts. And these are bigger. You can see they start at an 8x10, and we can see what kind of thickness and, let's see what we're trying to say here, thickness and all of that you can choose from here. So you can choose white or black. And I'm going to go ahead and choose a nice thick black. And again, we're going to go to that Printique gallery. We're going to go to pets. And let's go ahead and choose, I think this is just a really neat picture of Macallan staring out the window. He looks really cute. I really like the framing of it. I am going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit, bring this over just a bit. And I think that that looks great. Actually, I am going to, where the edge of that wall is, I think where it placed it actually was maybe perfect. There we go. Again, I'm going to leave that color correction off because I'm pretty happy with how it's being represented. It is a black and white image, so I'm going to go ahead and actually choose black and white. If you upload a black and white photo and it has some level of tint left to it, it can have a little bit of a color cast if you print it with color. So if you want it to be a true black and white, go ahead and choose black and white. And when you're ready, go ahead and say add to cart. So these are some really fun ideas you can use to create gifts for those pet lovers in your life, whether it's yourself or a spouse, partner, or other loved one, because most of us, if we love animals, we're probably taking pictures of our family and friends, cats and dogs as well. So make sure you go and take those pictures because it makes such a fabulous, thoughtful gift, and everybody loves seeing pictures of their own pets. So let's go ahead and jump back over here to the presentation, and we're going to go ahead, and we already talked through how to upload things and how to choose the gifts. So let's go ahead and end with some questions and see if anybody has any of those before we jump into giveaways. All right, looks like we do have some comments here today. I do love seeing that we had so many dog lovers. That's great. Let's see. Donna's asking, doesn't Mylio have editing tools included in its software? Yes. You don't have to use a third-party application. You can edit straight in Mylio. So if you go into Mylio and you choose an image, you can go ahead and click on these sliders here on the right. And there's some great presets over here to help you make your images look great. And you can fine tune those here as well. So you absolutely don't have to have another application, but having third-party software does expand your options. So just to keep that in mind, and it's completely up to you what you want to use. All right. And Deborah's asking, can the blocks be used as coasters? I would say not. Usually acrylic, while it is durable and it's going to protect the print should be fine. Acrylic tends to scratch. So I think putting glasses repeatedly on it would probably not be a great idea. Plus these are pretty thick. I think they're a little thicker than most people would want for a coaster. So I think they're better as, you know, art sitting there on your desk, on your shelf, rather than coaster. All right. Let's see here. All right, it looks like that's all the questions. Are there any other questions that you guys have? Feel free to raise your hand and unmute. All right, if there is nothing else, let's go ahead and jump to our giveaway. Go ahead and grab this link here from Lori. Perfect. And let's go ahead and spin that wheel. So we can go and click here. That's going to spin. And this is for a giveaway of a photo book from Printique. So you'll be able to upload your own images, create an awesome photo book. And Donna, you are our winner today. So congratulations. If you could make sure that you give your email address to Lori or I in the chat, you can use the private message option there, and we'll go ahead and get that code sent out to you for a free photo book. So we hope you enjoy that and create something really cool. Congratulations. All right. I think that is everything for today. I want to go ahead and invite you guys to join us tomorrow for coffee break. We'll have also our last session of Picture Perfect Presents where we're going to create some custom gift tags, which is going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a little bit craftier of a session too, because I'm going to have some options here that I'm going to physically show you that you can use. So fun stuff. Hope you'll join us. With that, I want to wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.